So, Misa told you about the synchronicities that we were experiencing in Cathar Country, and it was really quite a day, the first day that we showed up in the area. We were coming into the Carcassonne area from the east, and we stopped for lunch in Trèbes, and there's a beautiful canal there, Canal de Midi, and we were having lunch along the canal, and there was a couple of women sitting right down from us at another table, and I overheard them speaking English, but we didn't interact at all until we were sort of, having coffee towards the end, and we had an opportunity to mention something and to each other, and there was this big boat trying to negotiate a curve under a bridge, and so we got to talking, and they asked where we were staying that night, and we said, well, we're going to look for something around Limoux, probably a bed and breakfast. And understand now, Limoux is about an hour to the west of where we are. And she says, oh, well, I run a B&B in Limoux. So we talked a little bit about it, and we said, okay, well, so we have to come. And she says, oh, so you're going to be there tonight? I said, well, we can't ignore that Spirit just put you right here in our path. We will absolutely come and stay at your B&B tonight. So later that night we did indeed go, and it was a wonderful experience, and we wound up spending a few days there as our base of operations in the Cathar Country. So, but we left Limoux then. Of course, we just kept talking about the synchronicity, but we go on to Rennes-le-Château. And at Rennes-le-Château, we did the church, and we did the Magdalene Tower, and afterwards we came out, and there's a lovely little garden cafe, Le Jardin de Marie, and Misa was just inexplicably drawn in there. We have to go in and have a sparkling water or something. And it was getting late in the day, and I was kind of looking at my watch, but it was like, okay, well, let's go in. So we go in, and the waiter speaks some English, but not all that great. And there was some confusion over what we were ordering. So the proprietress comes out, and she's talking to us in very, very good English. And then she looks at my pendant and goes off on the meaning of the wings, the Isis wings, and takes us off to show us her collection of sacred art that she's got on the premises. But then she saw the Aquarian cross that Misa was wearing and completely freaked out. She said, "Finbar?" Finbar is our friend, an Irish American who we know from the States, who does indeed do tours in southern France and other areas. But he gave Misa this Aquarian cross. And so Gerda, the proprietress, knew Finbar, knew him well enough that she recognized the Aquarian cross. That is one of his sort of signatures. And then took us into, the inner sanctum, if you will, of her heart, and brought out the guest book, huge guest book. The size of a couple of encyclopedias, with a big leather fleur-de-lis cover, and we just went into this whole bonding around the fact that we had a mutual friend. Now, as it turned out, Finbar had told us, be sure to go to the garden and see Gerda, but we had completely forgotten about that. And it wouldn't have connected at all if Gerda had not recognized the Aquarian cross. So that was synchronicity number 2 for the day, if you will. Then we're on the way back to Limoux to find the B&B. And we go through Alet-les-Bains. And our friend Finbar had said, be sure you stop at Alet Le Bain and go to Laurie's Angels, where Laurie has this gallery. Laurie and her husband Eugene have this gallery for the angel paintings that she realizes. So we stop in Alet Le Bain, and the place is looking closed and after hours and all that. So we're like, oh, okay, well, we'll have to come back tomorrow. So we go to back to Limoux. We find the B&B. Now again, this Alet Le Bain is 25 minutes from Limoux. So we go to Limoux, get the B&B. We're hungry. It's Monday night. Not a lot of places open in France. So we just went down the hill, and there was a cafeteria that was right down there. And we said, okay, fine, let's do the cafeteria. So we walk in, and we're trying to figure out the menu options at this cafeteria, and we were fumbling it pretty badly. And there was not much anybody else there, and this man and woman and their daughter came into the line, and we felt like we were kind of holding them up, and we sort of, ushered them around us. And at one point, the gentleman says to me in an Irish accent, "Can I be of some help?" And so, oh, thank you very much. And so he helped us figure it out. And I said, he said he knew what to do because they'd been here several times before. And I said, so what causes you to, be around this area for an extended period of time? He says, well, my wife Laurie paints angels, and we have a gallery over in Alet Le Bain. So I just about did a backflip with my jaw hitting the floor, and I said, "You're Eugene?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "We're friends of Finbar's." Oh, so that was a 3 synchronicity day at the least, and that was our first day. That was our welcome experience into the land of the Cathars. And it really set the tone for the people part, the on the ground, really in touch with the land part of our experience in France. So there you go, synchronicities abound, and personally, I think it's a sign of the divine.